Okay. Can you hear me now? I'm talking to myself apparently because I didn't know how to do this without I didn't know how to do this without actually showing you my face right now because I got my setup is all crazy. I had to move everything into my bedroom right now because of my mom and everything that's going on here with all that stuff. So, I will be back and I am working on a video. I don't know if you saw the update. So, anybody that's new, I'm Catherine. Welcome to Left Undone Incomplete Investigations. This is just a spur of the moment live stream because I just wanted to say hi and it's Friday night and I've been MIA on my last couple Saturdays and I won't be able to do Saturday tomorrow. I have my nephew coming from out of town. So I just wanted to check in and see how everybody is. But I did post on the community board a picture of it may change a little bit, the book cover. Okay, so now Percy, my new dog, is going to play. He's squeaking a toy if you hear that. But so we did post the book cover and I will be I'm going to read the preface to the book and record it this weekend and post it as a video with just me reading it so you guys can at least hear that. That Ron Hensley and I are co-authoring a book about Rid the World, and it is basically based on the whole social media aspect of the Vallow Daybell case more than anything else. So thank you, Alley Cat. Thanks so much. And you guys can hear me, right? I mean, it's saying you can, so I just don't want to, I'm just not going to show you me right now. But I was so talking about the Vallow Daybell case, I was just looking and on the Facebook page, you know what, Percy, we're not going potty right now. You're going to have to hold on. On the Facebook page, this puppy, if you're not paying all eyes on him, he is just like, I may have to put him in his crate, but Lulu's in his crate right now. Okay, so let me go over here because I wanted to read this. I thought this was really super interesting. So Justin Lund posted like 2 hours ago. He said going through, because I guess he has lots and lots of stuff from the Chandler Police Department. That was, a lot of it's redacted, but that was left. But it says, just going through Lori's iCloud this morning and looked into this device further. Here's a timeline that I came up with. This is some emails and it's redacted. So this must came from police, right? So 10/7/2019, Lori Googled maps of the United States as well as how long it would take to drive from Rexburg to Independence, Missouri. She then started to look at flights. So Independence, Missouri, is that where Adam lives? Is that where Julie Rowe lives? Does anybody know why she would be going to Missouri? And then at 10:21, Alex sent her a text asking her where she was. She responded, JJ's school, be home in a few minutes. These messages were deleted but recovered. Thank you. Yeah, we're working on it. I mean, who knows if it's even going to get, we can self-publish, but we're hoping that an actual real publisher will come along with the book and help us out. That would be awesome, right? There's some, Robbie. Hi, Robbie. There's some sort of importance with Missouri, perhaps. Yeah, what is the link to Missouri and what's going on there? And then it says at 10:55, Lori Googled and it's redacted. And then it says at 11:36, a text was sent to Lori from an unknown person that was deleted and recovered. And of course, then that's redacted. And then it says at 11:59, Lori sent a text to an unknown person that was deleted and recovered. Apparently it's important because, excuse me, because it's been deleted and then they could recover it. Right. Where does Adam live, Robbie? Doesn't Adam live in Missouri or Kansas or something like that? That area. And Julie Rowe also lives in that area or did. So interesting, right? And then it says 11:59, Lori sent an unknown text, deleted and recovered. Okay. At 12:03 hours, Lori sent a text to an unknown person that was deleted and recovered, but then it's all redacted. Like, ding, how can they release some of this stuff, but everything's redacted? And then it says at 14:23, Lori sent a text to an unknown person that was deleted and recovered. And there are then Google searches for flights from Phoenix to Missouri. What's in Missouri? Yeah, super interesting. And then there are, okay, so 1431, Lori was sent a text to an unknown person that was deleted and recovered, all redacted on 10/8/2019. So October 8th, 2019. Lori sent a text to an unknown person that was deleted and recovered. And then Lori texts Audrey. That's a new name, right? Who's Audrey? Audrey. Audrey, we have an Audrey here. Is that you? Just kidding. Maybe. At 8:57 hours, she texts this Audrey. And then at 11:15 hours, Lori texts Melanie Boudreau. And all redacted. It's like a puzzle to figure out this redacted crap. At 11:15 hours, Lori texts Melanie Boudreau. I said that, okay. On 10/9/2019, there are pictures and videos of a young child at a splash pad. It's obvious that Lori stayed with Melanie during this time. Melanie with an I. Melanie Pulowski. On 10/9/12/19, okay, that's what I said. And I think we also confirmed that Lori flew home from Idaho to Arizona alone, probably just brought JJ's iPad with her. It'll be interesting to see the 10th and the 12th. So that, Justin Lum had posted that. Weird, right? And then going backwards on here, let me get over to Justin Lum because he's really on this stuff. He's got a lot. These dogs, I swear, they were all just like curled up sleeping, and now they're out of control right here, right now. Let me go back to Justin Lum. Okay, here he is. He said 2 hours ago he had posted, I am still going through hundreds of documents, emails linked to Lori Vallo. So there is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's going to come out, I'm imagining here. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to tell us. I don't know if we can hear this. I don't think so. The emails were released after Lori Vallo was indicted in Maricopa County. Lori Vallo is indicted for who is indicted for allegedly killing her 2 kids, as well as conspiring to kill her ex-husband. We know that. Okay. And says Missouri research. This email in May 2020 tells us Chandler police learned that Lori Vallo Googled maps on the U.S. 10/7/19 trying to find out how long it would take to drive from Rexburg to Independence, Missouri. She started looking for flights. Police say she got a text from her brother, Alex Cox, asking where she was. So this is what we just went over, but this is his synopsis of it. Most of this email is redacted. On 10/8/19, Lori sent a text to her niece, Melanie Boudreau. Police said it's clear via pictures and videos that Lori stayed with Melanie. I need my water. On 10/9. What day was Tammy shot at? We know Lori had a flight booked from Idaho to Arizona the day prior. We also know Alex Cox tried to shoot Tammy Daybell. Oh, yeah, it was a shooting. Chad Daybell's first wife on 10/9 in Idaho, according to prosecutors. Investigators believe she brought JJ Vallo's iPad with her to Arizona. I'm going to grab my water. I'll be right back. It's on the other side of my room. Hold on. All right. So I think there's going to be a lot of really interesting things coming out, don't you? Let's see. Robbie, what'd you say? Yes, the prosecution has had all the iMessages and records from the phones. We're going to find out a lot now that things are starting to move on as it becomes safe for the prosecution to reveal, right? And then did you all see the JJ's they found a picture of JJ. I can go and probably share my screen for that. JJ Vallo, this photo was recovered from Lori Vallo's iCloud library. It's JJ Vallo in red pajamas taken on September 22nd, 2019 at 10:46 a.m. It's not for certain that this is the last picture of JJ ever taken, but this was the last day he was seen before investigators discovered the remains of JJ and his sister, Tylee, Ryan, in Chad's backyard. Have you seen it? Do you want me to see it in his jammies? Let's see if I can go to Justin Lum's thing and share. I want to share this picture. Okay, where is it? I think I went too far. Oh, here we go. Okay, let me come back and share my screen. Hold on. I'm going to move StreamYard out of my way. Oh, gosh. Hold on, you guys. I mean, my mouse. So, again, my screens are like on the wrong side. When I moved into my bedroom, they're backwards. And so I'm having literally a hard time trying to put them on the right place. Okay, here we go. So let me share this. If I can figure out how the mouse is supposed to go backwards. Backwards. All right, share screen. Okay, so here it is. This is the picture, I guess, of JJ that they're saying, but he is in those red pajamas. And do we know, does anyone know? Hi, Stephanie Rossi. Do we know if this actually was what JJ was found buried in when they found his body? Was he in red pajamas? I don't think I ever knew for sure if that was what they found him in. I remember, was it David Warwick or someone had said that they saw him in his red pajamas? I'm having a brain fart on that. So somebody, yeah, I need to reset my screens. I do. I know how to do it because I do it at work all the time. I just decided to hop on and I didn't have this set up right, but I will definitely do that. So I'm not so losing my mind here with like trying to be on top of it, but dyslexic at the same time. Oh, hi. Thank you. I'm back. I mean, I just got to figure this stuff out, you guys. My mom, we really need a diagnosis. She is really, really lost it. She literally hates my guts right now. I mean, just to give you a little bit of background, she's 84 and she hated living in assisted living during the pandemic. I bought a house. I moved her in. And over the last 2 months, she's really declined and we don't have a diagnosis of dementia, but she's hyper focused on how terrible I am. And she keeps telling people that I hate, like she's projecting like everything she's doing to me, she's saying I'm doing to her. And the symptoms that I know as a nurse and after working as a hospice nurse, she has a lot of symptoms that are some kind of dementia. I'm leaning towards Lewy body. She's refusing to go to the doctor with me because she's very paranoid. She doesn't want to go with me. And my siblings are 3 hours away. My brothers are literally, busy working and no help with this at all. I mean, they'll listen to me, but that's about it. My sister's super helpful, but she has little kids and a husband that sleeps at night or day because he's a police officer. So I'm kind of on my own with it. And it's exhausting. Like I feel like I aged 100 years in the last month. Just for an example, she was telling my sister that I'm not talking to her now. I've been trying to avoid her because it always comes out bad right now. I mean, I can't say anything good, bad, or indifferent. And I went in her room to ask her if she wanted me to vacuum her room because my nephew's coming to visit her this weekend, her grandson, not my kid, but my brother's kid. And she just wouldn't even look at me and wouldn't even talk to me. And then she's posting stuff on Facebook about me and how awful I am and how she needs to get out of here and get her own apartment. So it's just that. It's just hard right now. And I mean, I'm exhausted and I feel like I am the kid doing everything. I literally moved back from Oregon, you guys, to move her out of the assisted living and buy a house that she can live in. She has her own ensuite. She has her own back door to go outside. She has everything here. It's the best care she's going to get. Even if she gets worse, I'm perfectly capable, as a registered nurse, of taking care of her. And she's telling people I'm not a real nurse now. She's like, she's not a nurse. She's not a real nurse, So it's really tough. And then she told my sister that she's not going to go get the blood work her doctor ordered because I lied to her doctor. And so it's sad. It really is sad because my mom ain't here anymore. And it's just, I wish I thought hopefully I was going to be a UTI and we could get her antibiotics and she'd be okay. But that doesn't seem to be the case because the urine was fine and now she won't do the blood work. So, and it's a pretty rapid decline and it's a really big change. But it's not completely. I mean, she's been having auditory and visual hallucinations for about a year randomly. And then they got worse when she got here. And now it's this paranoia and stuff. So that's why I've been MIA. And, I'm trying, but I work full time. For anyone that's new, I'm a registered nurse case manager for high risk pregnancy. So that's probably why she calls me a baby nurse, but it's actually adults that are pregnant. And I worked hospice for a long time, for a couple of years. So that's where I'm at. And I just think that if we move her like she wants to, it's like a 2-year-old saying, I want to get out of here. I want to go somewhere else, and then you take them and it really doesn't do anything. So that's where we're at. And I'm kind of lost on what to do. I called the 24-hour Alzheimer's hotline yesterday and I'm like, what do I do? And all they could say was, how are you taking care of yourself? What are you doing for you? And I'm like, I know that's what we're supposed to. Percy. Sorry, this pug, my new dog. And then, and I got a new dog on top of it. So, change of environment can increase symptoms on any dementia, Alzheimer's. Yeah, but she's been here since October. And she was okay when she got here. So it's really confusing. And now we're in July and all of a sudden it's really bad. Sunshine in my heart sounds like Lewy body dementia from Parkinson's, and it broke my heart watching him last year. Yeah. She has a constant runny nose. She's leaning forward when she's walking. She's got these crazy mood swings, this paranoia. I mean, when you look up the symptoms of Lewy body, she was falling all the time when it first started. She hasn't been falling since she's lived at my house. She's had threatened suicide. I had to call 911. I mean, I won't go too far in it because this is a true crime channel, not a true Kathy channel. But that's why I've been kind of MIA. I had to move my office. I work full time from home. I'm an RN case manager. I'm a freaking professional. I can't have an old lady screaming and yelling and telling me she's going to get me fired in the background. And that's what was going on. So I'm exhausted. So, but I'm really not going away from my channel. It's just trying to balance everything right now. Okay. Yeah, it did start out fine. But she did have the hallucinations before she got here. She was accusing one of the residents at the assisted living. I'm knocking on her door all night long. Okay. I'm going to put Percy in his crate because he keeps telling me he wants to go outside. And I don't want him to pee in my house. So hold on. Come here. No, you're going to have to wait a few minutes till I'm done. Go. Okay. He actually is pretty smart. He bangs on the door when he wants to go out, but sometimes he just wants to go out because he knows when he goes out and comes back in, he gets a treat for going potty. So yeah, she did. She was having those hallucinations and a little bit of paranoia at the assisted living. And then when the pandemic started, she was just lonely and hated it there. So we thought it was just because she was so isolated, but now she hates it here. So it is a huge challenge. Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you. That would be awesome. I could use any kind of support possible right now. Hey Ron, sorry I didn't give you a heads up. I just decided to pop on because I'm not going to do a live tomorrow. And was talking about some of the stuff that Justin Lum had posted recently. So that's why we are here now. Okay. So yes, it is a huge challenge. So again, so tomorrow is Saturday. Today was a pretty calm day. And And then, like I said, I have my nephew's coming. He lives up by San Francisco and he just got married and he's going to be out here. So he's going to come by this weekend and see her and me, but her mostly, I guess, because that's his grandmother. So that's why I'm not going to do my live stream tomorrow. And I know it was bad when she said plane landed in the backyard and people were on it and having a wedding. She wasn't invited. She was really, oh my gosh, see, you guys can relate. You know how this goes. And that's nice to hear because you feel, as you guys would know that have experienced it, super isolated when you're caregiving somebody like this. You feel like you can't do anything right. Oh my gosh, small fries. That would be crazy to be accused of that person. I'm not that person. I promise. I'm the child that loves you. Thank you guys. So she can use a computer. Yeah. Can she use a computer? If yes, maybe can try to find or connect to family online and shoot a game. She's on Facebook all the time, and she has one sibling that's still alive out of 6. She has lots and lots of nieces and nephews, but she's really isolated herself. She doesn't seem to care about what anybody else is doing. You call her, she'll spend 2 hours telling you how much she hates me and hates here. Like my son talked to her on the phone for like over an hour today, and that's what she talks about. Whenever my sister calls her, that's all she talks about. So she doesn't seem to want to connect with anybody. It's really weird. I'm frustrating. And sorry, I keep coughing. I wasn't doing that before I started. The nurse at Alzheimer unit called me. Oh my gosh. My mom moved. Oh my goodness. The preacher across the road because someone was in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. I guess if you don't cry, if you don't laugh, you're gonna cry, right? Ron, thank you very much appreciated. So I was gonna say, you guys saw I did post, and I am gonna read the preface to the book, Rid the World, and if it's on the community page tab, you can see the book cover I designed. May change a little bit, maybe some of the fonts and the wording and the lettering and the capitals and all that stuff, but that's pretty much it. And I'll get that up and you guys will be able to hear about it. Hear at least the preface this weekend. I'm going to work on that tomorrow as soon as whenever my dogs take a nap. Because now that I have 2, and Percy's a puppy, so he's crazy. I wonder if she's ruminating about her life. I know it's kind of depressing. The whole thing is depressing. I was like, I've been a hospice nurse and for 2 years, and it was really rewarding, but it was really exhausting. Like people's emotions just get to me, you know what I mean? Like I feel them too. I guess you call that an empath or whatever, but it's really exhausting when somebody's upset or angry or hurt. Or I can that energy just gets to me. And when I was a hospice nurse, my daughter said, "Mom, you need to go back to a happier place." I was a labor and delivery nurse before that. She's like, "It's bringing you down." And I'm like, "Really? You noticed this?" Like, I didn't even notice it. She's like, "Yeah." So I had my dementia patients, most of my patients were elderly and they were dying, and the cardiac patients and the cancer patients and the dementia patients, and some of the dementia patients were really mean and some of them were very sweet. Some of them were nonverbal. And some of them were really mean, like they would try to hit you and stuff. And I was like, oh God, if I'm ever a dementia patient, please let me just be one of the little sweet ones that don't say anything. So thank you, Tracy. So that's like after experiencing that, but I know I told you guys I was on Web Sleuths one night and on her Woo Woo Saturday, and I was telling you all the stories about my different experiences as a hospice nurse and the things I saw, which was amazing and interesting and just makes you go, whoa, what? Really? Like one patient telling me, be quiet, you're interrupting her, to the invisible person in the room, and stuff. And then one lady totally predicted when she was going to die, and she told me she was going home on Sunday and she wound up dying on Sunday. And it was just really, really interesting. Okay. let's see. It's a stressful situation. It really is hard on us nurses who feel helpless when we can't do anything to make it better. So exhausting. Yeah. And that's why that was like, you're a nurse, but you're actually the family member. So stop it. Like, right? Like, just be the family member right now. So, all right. So back to the Lori Vallow Daybell. Look at little JJ. This is so sad. If this was the last picture of him, if that was the night, like, isn't that just break your heart? Like, really, truly. It's just so, I mean, this whole case. And then Justin below that one, backwards thing. Here is Allegiant. Apparently, I guess Lori Ryan went from, was that Idaho Falls, I think, to, where's Iowa? Okay, so Mesa Gateway. Okay, that's right. When I lived in Phoenix, there was that airport wasn't there, so it confuses me. But now that Mesa has that airport out there. So that was Lori on October 8th, which is the day before Alex, we think, Alex allegedly, in our minds, shot at Tammy and missed. And then Justin has here photo from Lori Vallow's iCloud ammo in Idaho gun store. Now, Ron had a theory on this. Ron, you were telling me you think that she was trying to tell Alex, show him a picture of what kind of ammo to buy, like she would know, or was he telling her go buy the ammo and she bought it? And then she was sending him a picture like, which one do you want me to buy? Like something like that, right? Oh, it's the old Air Force base. Okay. So what's up with this ammo stuff here? Why is Lori has ammo? Like, I think that's a good theory though, Ron, that somehow one of them was taking a picture to show the other about which ammo to buy. And this is on, what day was that on? Okay. And then he says, investigating Lori Vallow, some new details of note through emails between Chandler PD, Gilbert PD, and FBI. Lori booked a flight from Phoenix to Idaho, which is what we just saw, the day after Tammy died. Oh, wait. From Phoenix to Idaho the day after Tammy died. I got to put this all down on a spreadsheet or something. And then Lori's iCloud record shows she took screenshots on a computer, including the purchase of 2 wedding bands. This is interesting. She took screenshots on a computer, including a purchase of 2 wedding bands, silver with green inlay. Modification date on the photo was 8/14/19. The bands appear to be similar to the ones Lori and Chad wear in the wedding photos, but the maker of the bands had to cancel the order because he was busy with school. Okay, that's weird. Oh yeah, never mind. Thanks for buying from me, but I'm too busy now. Sorry, I have to keep taking sips of water. My throat is really scratchy today. Lori had 2 photos of significance showing rifle ammunition, which we just saw, at a gun store in Idaho on September 23rd, 19. iCloud records show timestamps of photos on Hawaii, 10/23/19, a California Residence Inn at La Mirada, Burns Park, 11/28/19 to 12/1. We know Chad and Lori flew from LAX to Kauai on 12/1. So they booked it out of Idaho, right? After the welfare check, went to LA, stayed in La Mirada, and then took off to Kauai. And I don't know what this means. Chad and Lori at Hawaii Tempe. Oh, Hawaii Temple. The temple. Okay, that's supposed to be the temple, not Tempe. I'm like, Tempe, what? On 11/12/19. And Alex Cox booked travel from Phoenix to Columbia from July 14th to July 19th. He shot and killed Charles Vallo on July 11th. So he got out of there. I wonder if he just like took off because he was afraid that they were going to, after they all questioned him and wiped his little poor poo-poo head, little boo-boo on his head from his big bat, getting swung at in his stupid lie. He probably was like, shoot, what if they figure this crap out? So he took off, and then nothing happened. He came back. I mean, he left the country. Weird, right? I think it's really weird. Yeah, the bands were burst just before. But apparently they had other bands. I don't know what they were made of, because we were kind of caught up on this malachite, because those bands that she found on Amazon. But apparently that fell through, and then she found these malachite bands. Wonder where Alex was going at the time. I think he was my personal theory is, after he shot Charles, he felt guilty and he thought they might figure it out. So he took off and he went to Colombia, and then was like, la 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 la, no one's looking for me. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And then he came back. I'm thinking murder map right there, part of it. Yeah. And Zulema is from Colombia. So wonder if he ran down there and stayed with her family. Did she go too? Do we know where Zulema was? Like, nobody's talking about that. She may have went with him. Or not. Yeah. Left the country, then found out they cleared him and came home. I mean, I don't know. That's just what I think. Who knows? Gosh, who knows what's going to come out in the trial. But yeah, that's kind of makes sense. Like, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, kind of thing. So that was interesting. Yeah, so I think that's the updates that I saw. Is there anything I'm missing that I didn't? That was like the last couple updates that happened. This is all other stuff. Justin Lem's busy guy. And then here, 2 years ago today, this was on the 11th, Charles Vallo was shot and killed by a brother-in-law, ex-colleagues. And then, I don't know if you saw on East Idaho News, but they, Nate and Eric did a really good job of how do I stop? Okay. Oh, can you still hear me? Nate and Eric did a really good job of going through. I'm not going to go through them again right now, but I mean, I did download it, but the documents, which was really interesting, and a lot redacted, but Julie's name is in there for somehow. Yeah, I wonder if Zulema went with them. Good question. So Zulema, yeah, it was before they married, because they married in November. Ian and Melanie Pulowski married, and Alex and Zulema married November, the couple days after Lori and Chad ran to Hawaii. So all this scrambling went on as soon as that welfare check took place, this marriage stuff. And then Alex took her name. Alex was trying to hide, so clearly Alex knew everything. And I think Melanie Pulowski did too. And I think more and more is going to come out on her. I really do. I think she's a hot mess. Let's see. Anything on Tammy's autopsy yet? Not for us to know, unfortunately, but I'm sure they got some good stuff since they charged Charles with murder. And I haven't heard anything about Lori and her incompetence stuff. Is she getting, Lori Hellis was saying that, the bar's pretty low to get her restored to competency. So I think she'll be arrested too. I think in Brandon's case, everything keeps happening. The wheels are moving forward. We started watching this case when Lori and Chad were actually missing, right? And then Lori and Chad were found in Hawaii. And then Lori and Chad were served a search warrant in Hawaii. And Nate was in Hawaii and found them. And then, then Lori was arrested, and like just moving forward, almost never any silence. It's just slow moving, like tumbleweed, collecting more and more and more and more. And And oh yeah, that was in that affidavit too. The angle Charles was shot, they had to shoot him laying down. So there were like, there was 2 shots, but the second shot, I guess, or I don't know how many of the shots there were in all, but one of the shots was actually the trajectory or whatever you want to call it, the way it was angled. He was not standing up when they shot him. He was laying down. Melanie P was the only one available to drive to keep while Alex took aim. She should be worried. I agree. That whole, come on, like the wheels of justice. Like I guess I don't belong in law, and I'm glad I'm not, because I'd be like, no, look at this. But remember the whole, the storage unit with the Jeep tire. Oh, put the Jeep tire in, take the back seat, take the Jeep tire out. Oh my gosh, Brandon was shot at. Like, oh, it's just, oh my gosh. To me, the picture is really, really clear. I know we have to have totally great evidence and everything, but to me, the picture is plain as day at this point with everything I know. Know what I mean? So, no, we couldn't understand. Like, if you look back at it, we were like, what are they doing? And what's up with this storage unit? What is that? Is their feet dangling? We thought maybe there was, and now we know it was a back seat of a Jeep. It was the tire of the Jeep. For whatever reason, Lori kept some keepsakes of the kids there. And yeah, I heard 4 shots too, Shannon. And so, but that puts Lori and Chad into conspiracy with Brandon. Ah, right. Sure. Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like every day I'm like, oh my God, I want to make a video. Oh my God, there's more stuff. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I can't. So I figured, you know what? I might as well pop on here and talk about it because I'm so behind and I want to do the preface this weekend. So trying to see what else, but let's see. Let's see what my downloads are. Oh, I can pull that up real quick just to kind of scan over it. I was going to look for the, and I just downloaded it. The affidavit about Lori being charged with Charles murder. Oh, people are texting me. Okay, hold on. What is wrong with this thing? Okay, files, people. File export. Sorry, I'm moving like a turtle today. Okay, here we go. This is what I want. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay, let me share my screen again. Share screen and this one. Okay, so this is the, they went through this whole thing, Nate and Eric did, but this is the synopsis. The state versus Lori Vallow on July 11th, 2019 at 8:32 hours. The Chandler Police Department was called to the address of blah, blah, blah. In Chandler reference for shooting. Okay. The caller, who identified himself as Alex Cox, indicated that he had shot his brother-in-law, Charles Vallo, in self-defense. As a result, a homicide investigation took place and all pertinent parties to the incident were interviewed. The scene was also processed and analyzed based on these interviews. At the conclusion of the investigation on July 11, 2019, there was concern about a potential bullet strike on the ground near Charles Vallo's body. There was also concern regarding the timeline of events that came to light the days following the homicide. None of these concerns would immediately provide probable cause for the arrest of anyone present at the time of the murder, and more investigation was necessary. In the weeks following the murder of Charles Vallo, investigators learned that Charles and Lori Vallo were experiencing turmoil in their marriage. As a result, Charles moved Lori to the residence on Four Peaks Place with Lori's daughter, Tylee Ryan, and their adopted son, JJ Vallo, who was diagnosed with blank. Why is that redacted? I guess because it's a HIPAA thing, right? Even though yeah, HIPAA is actually still in effect once you pass away. Charles Vallo remained in Texas and came to town to visit on 7/10/2019. When looking into the relationship between Lori and Charles, it was learned that Lori had accused Charles of infidelity, which led to their separation. It was also learned that during the uncertainty of their relationship, Lori left JJ with Charles and disappeared for over 2 months. So this is all we know, all this stuff. It was also learned that Charles was concerned for Lori's mental health, and she began to express that she was selected to prepare the 144,000 for the end of the world, yada, yada, yada. Charles followed the mental health petition asking for mental health evaluation. We all know that. Charles talked about how Lori had told him he was possessed by a dark spirit named Nick Schneider, somebody. Lori would even refer to Charles in conversation and documentation by the name of Ned. This turmoil in the relationship can be substantiated through police reports, court orders. Then October 3rd, 2019, the Chandler Police Department learned of the attempted murder of blank on 10/2/2019. So it's Brandon. Blank reported that someone shot at him when he was arriving home while he was exiting his vehicle in front of his Gilbert residence. He indicated the shot was fired from the back of a Jeep Wrangler parked down the street from his residence. Blank suspected that his shooter was possibly Alex Cox. Blank, Brandon, further reported that Lori Vallo was to blame for his impending divorce from his wife, Blank, Melanie, the niece to Lori. Brandon then provided authorities with insight into the extreme religious beliefs of Lori and Alex. Blank suspected that these beliefs led him to lose his wife and also led to the murder of Charles Vallo. And then while continuing to investigate the murder of Charles Vallo, Blank, grandmother JJ Vallo. So it's funny how these things are redacted when we can know exactly what they say. I don't understand it, but whatever. It's okay. Contacted Detective Moffitt and was concerned about JJ. She indicated that she had not heard from JJ and that Lori was not allowing him to call or video message. So, okay, this is all old stuff that we have gone over a million times. It was discovered that Lori went to Rexburg with Alex, and Idaho authorities were asked to contact the welfare check. During the welfare check-in on November 2019, Lori indicated the kids were staying with Blank in Arizona, Melanie Gibb. Investigators contacted Blank and determined that this was not the case. Lori also told another witness that JJ and Tylee went to stay with Blank. This was obviously not the case either. During this time, investigators learned that Lori Vallo had married Chad Daybell, who was a resident of Rexburg, Idaho. Strangely, Chad's wife, Tammy Daybell, died in her sleep on October 19th. You know, this sounds like just a fiction novel, doesn't it? Like when you really like, what? Are you kidding me? So insane. So Lori and Chad would marry a month later after Tammy's passing. As a result, investigators from Chandler Police Department, I'm trying to scan through some of this because it's so repetitive. Numerous search warrants, telephone records, social media, bank records, medical records, email, all the seized electronic devices. As a result of data recovered, it was believed that none of the mentioned crimes were coincidence or justifiable. Specifically, to Chandler, the evidence shows that Charles' death was a planned event necessary to prevent Charles and others from confronting Lori about her extreme religious beliefs when he came to town on July 11, 2019. The death of Charles Vallo was also necessary in order for Chad Daybell and Lori Vallo to marry and fulfill their religious prophecies. So let me take a break for a minute. Cards. Hi, Kathy. We missed you. Wonder if you caught up on Julie Rowe's latest video. Apparently, she's super pissed at Sean Little Bear. Have not heard much since after the PC Affidavit. I heard her. Julie Rowe is pissed and all, and then she went on about how she had a uterine ablation, and so she's been infertile, which is not true. You're not infertile from a uterine ablation. Yeah. So I did hear that, and you know, Lori. I mean, why does everybody decide to text me when I'm literally busy here? Oh my God. Okay, it's my brother. I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay, it was discovered that Lori Vallow believed she was exalted goddess. Yeah, Lori's the goddess, all right. And Chad were directed to lead the 144,000, blah, 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 for the end of the world or whatever. Through this investigation, many witnesses came forward and provided insight into the belief system. Using these interviews and data gathered from the above-mentioned warrants, several others who shared Lori and Chad's belief were identified. Those pertinent to the investigation were identified, and then these must be names. Discovered that Lori and Chad believed that who wants to bet that Melanie Pulowski's name's there, Alex Cox, Zalema Pestinas, and do you think Ian's name's there? I do. Okay, so it was discovered that Lori and Chad believed they had extraordinary abilities. Some of these abilities included the power to teleport, and cause harm to others, the ability to call up natural disasters. Now, isn't what that Zalema's in charge of, the earthquakes and stuff? Oh, no problem, Michelle. Thank you for stopping in, of course. And this was a spur of the moment, so no problem. Thank you for coming in and talking, and I'd love to see you again, of course. Okay. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I keep looking over at the thing, and I'm like interrupting, but thank you guys. Appreciate it, Bo Peep. So let's see. So they can teleport and cause harm to others. Isn't this so godly like, Miss 144,000? Like, really, Lori? You're so important that you can do harm to others? That's a good trick. And then the ability to call up natural disasters. Hey, bewitched is my name now. Wiggle my nose, and I want an earthquake over there, Darwin. I don't know, you guys, some of you probably don't remember Bewitched, but like her mom would get mad, boom, cause all that crap, or the bad sister make the whole place shake up or whatever. Okay, and that's what this sounds like to me, like freaking fiction novel, science fiction mixed with religion and wackadoodles. Okay. The ability to pray away demonic spirits attached to others, and also visionary capabilities. Aren't they special? Because of these abilities provided to them, they felt they were qualified to tell whether someone had light or dark. So we know that the whole light and dark scale and list associated with them. This scale would indicate whether or not they had demonic spirits attached to them. Lori and Chad would often refer to these dark spirits by actual name, by a certain level of spirit, or by using the term zombies. Lori and Chad also shared a trust level in referring to others. In examining the data, these dark scales were attached to blank, Charles, JJ, and Tylee. Why is that one? Why is one name redacted? All the other people are dead. These dark scales were attached. Maybe Brandon? Well, he's not dead. Like the other ones are all. I thought Tammy was one, but why are they redacting just one name on that? Charles, JJ, and Tylee are dead. Does anybody know? Am I missing something? Okay, so many others were also provided with dark and light scales. Coincidentally, if you shared their belief system, your score was favorable. Oh, do you believe in our zombiness and, portals in the closet? And yeah, okay, so you're a light. Thank you. Next, do you believe in us? No. Okay, you're a dark. Okay, anyway. Your score was favorable. So, if you offered any opposition to their belief or their destiny, you were seen as possessed. I'm sure we're all possessed, right? My whole channel. In reviewing the documents collected by the agencies involved, the following would show that Lori and Alex conspired to murder Charles Vallo on July 11th, 2019. The first evidence to cause harm to Charles Vallo was discovered in text messages between Blank and Lori Vallow on 11/3/18. Blank is a friend of Lori Vallo's and also the widow of Alex Cox. So we know it's Zulema. Blank's cellular phone was seized and data extracted by the Gilbert Police Department after the death of her husband, Alex Cox. Yeah, so now we know why Zulema has use immunity. And at first, nobody caught that. Remember that? When we're like, wait, what? She has use immunity. And nobody was making a big deal out of it. Yes, I do need to catch up with them. Oh, Hidden True Crime has intriguing forensic analysis on their Patreon. Found it very interesting. I think Kathy Files, Hidden True Crime. I have got to catch up with them. I'm so behind on everything. Like, I literally would probably miss, if there was a trial right now, I'd miss the whole thing and be like, oh, no, I can't. But yeah, so I need to catch up on everybody. Maybe this weekend I'll be able to do a little bit of catching up on all this stuff. So that's interesting about Zulema. No matter what we say, that is very clear to me why she has use immunity. Don't you agree? Okay, so on 11/3/2018, November 3rd, 2018, at 14:40 hours, so 2:40 p.m., Blank tells Lori that she was told by God that she is to protect Lori. So back in 2018 in November, that's a long time before Charles was even shot. And in January of 2019, Blank told Lori that she had a vision that she could create storms and fire and will have the eye of the Lord. Oh my goodness gracious. On 2/6/2019 at 16:06, so 4:06 p.m., Lori texts Blank telling her that Charles was blocking her gifts. Damn him. He's blocking my gifts. From this point forward, there is specific conversation to cause harm to Charles Vallo, who has also been referred to as a dark spirit called Hiplos or Ned. Does anybody figure out the whole Hiplos thing? Like, have you? I was like trying to spell it backwards and forwards, like SOLPIH. Like, it seems coded, Hiplos, right? Now, somebody found a Facebook page with Bart Simpson called Hiplos. And didn't Alex have some interest in The Simpsons or something? I missed it. Why does Zulema have immunity? Because she probably gave a lot of this information over, and and she's going to testify. And so they gave her use immunity for not being arrested or charged in this stuff. If she, and like, right. So basically it's like a negotiation, like, okay, Zulema, we have all this stuff on you. Now we need you to come testify what you know, and we will give you use immunity. So basically she won't be charged for these crimes, but she could be charged for other stuff, but not this one in particular. Okay, so look at Ron says, I can't make my mouse work right. Ron says, Rob Wood said he gave Zulema use immunity, and it came out that it was offered to her twice, and she turned it down the first time. Okay, Bo Peep says, Hiplos means to set free in a Chilean and Philippine dictionary. Chilean. Okay. So why are they naming Charles Hiplos though? Okay. So weird and lots of redacted. I want to know what all this says. I have no patience for this stuff. Like, can we just, is there a way to erase that? Look how much is redacted. And then through text messages between Lori and Charles that were seen on Charles' phone, Lori would return to Texas on June 3rd, 2019. 6/3/19 at 9:32 p.m., Lori to Blank just got home and got JJ to sleep. Let's go spiritually tonight and work on him. We give the timing to the Lord, but we don't need to relent. This is war. That's pretty freaky. Wackadoodles. I knew that was the right name for them from the beginning. Okay. And then on 6/19 at 9:20 p.m., Blank told Lori, oh, and can you meet me at the temple in the morning? I have time tomorrow and we can work on Hiplos. Oh, yeah. Zolema might have named him. I was just a pretty baby elephant. It was just like a spur of the moment because I'm not going to do my Saturday live stream. So I'm like, you know what? I don't have to be on the camera right now. I can just come talk to you all. So I always feel like I have to be on the camera. I have to have my lights, blah, blah, blah. And then with all the crap going on, I'm like, wait, maybe it's just better if I just pop on than just totally stay away because of my life. Okay. So I have time tomorrow. We can work on Hiplos. Looking into Lori Vallo's web history using Blank, I saw that a web search was conducted on June 21st, 2019 for Social Security disability, utilizing the URL attached to this web search. It took me to Social Security disability application. The form allowed you to enter the applicant's information to be able to obtain a free benefits evaluation. This search is of importance as it would indicate an inquiry as to the benefits that Lori would be entitled to. In a text message that Lori sent to Chad Daybell on July 18th, 2019, 1 week after Charles was murdered, she indicated the following. So I talked to the insurance company. He changed it in March. It was probably Ned before we got rid of him. They can't tell me to who, of course, but it's done. I'll still get the $4,000 a month from Social Security. All right. So that wasn't really a good Lori voice, but the best I can do right now. Okay. Lori would not have known this without completing the online benefit evaluation. Furthermore, the Social Security Administration did not have any contact with Lori until she attended an appointment with them on August 12th, 2019 at 1:30 p.m. This appointment date was located in Lori's iCloud account. It was at this time that Lori was provided with the actual amount of the benefits, which was close to $4,000. She reported to Chad in July. Oh, thanks. I do better sometimes with my Lori voice. I'm like losing my voice today right now. And then on June 22nd, 2019, Alex Cox entered the conversation regarding Hiplos. Sorry, I'm taking a sip of water. Alex pipes in on Hiplos or Charles. And then on June 22nd, Alex started to text Blank from Blank through a search warrant. This number was identified as belonging to Alex Cox. On 6/22/2019 at 7:02 p.m., Alex sent Blank a message. Hey, Blank, it's Alex. Okay, so who is this? On June 27th I'll probably have to go over this whole thing again and pick it apart better, but on June 27th, 2019 at 10:18 p.m., Blank to Lori, do you think there's a way to change Hiplos to the light? Give him one last shot. Thank you very much, Cards and Cavaliers, for the super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Very much. Thank you. So they're like, well, maybe we don't have to get rid of Charles. Maybe we can fix him up. I don't know. Let's convert him. No, I don't want to. I mean, it's just so weird. I keep saying that, but it just is so weird. Who would ever think that real people would do all this stuff? Okay, so on 6/29/2019, Charles Vallo discovered a fictitious letter that Lori sent to Blank. This letter was, Chad. This letter was written as if it was from Charles Vallo asking Chad Daybell to come to Arizona to assist him with writing a book. Hi. Lori's like, okay, this is what we'll say. The discovery would send everything into action. Charles confronted Lori about the fictitious letter, accusing her of writing the letter so Chad Daybell could provide a reason to his wife to come to Arizona to visit Lori. Charles asked Lori to come clean about a relationship with Chad Daybell by the end of the day, or he would contact Tammy Daybell and inform her of the relationship. Following discovery of this letter, Charles Vallo began talking to Blank, Lori and Alex's brother, so Adam, about his discovery as well as Lori's radical beliefs. The two of them communicated with each other to plan an intervention on or around July 10th, 2019. Charles had arranged to come to Arizona and also arranged travel for Adam. During this time, Blank, Lori, and Chad continued to message Zalema. Is that why it's redacted? Blank, Lori, and Chad continue to message about Charles, a.k.a. Hiplos. I think that means Zalema right there. There's no obvious communication found between Lori Vallo and Chad Daybell to show that he was directly involved with the planning of Charles Vallo's murder. Lori Vallo found out about Blank coming to town through her mother and Blank. Oh, Charles. Wait. Adam. Okay. So Miss Granny Summer and Mummy and Summy apparently let Lori know that Adam was coming. So, yeah. So they, and even if they weren't directly involved, they were involved in getting Charles shot because they stirred the pot by telling Lori that her brother was coming to help Charles, basically. Lori found out about the potential intervention. 7/9/2019, she reached out to Alex Cox, Blank, and Blank to warn them of the elaborate plan that Blank and Charles had, Adam and Charles. Adam and his son. So Adam and his son, and we've all seen Zach's interview, hopefully, but with Justin Lum, but it was really good because he talks about this like nobody's answering us. What's going on? We're supposed to be hooking up with them. Zach were picked up at the airport on 7/10 by Blank mother. Oh, so grandma picked them up, huh? Blank provided Lori with updates regarding Blank's whereabouts and asked Lori if she wanted to run interference. Lori told Blank that she was trying to figure it out. Redacted. There's no indication who Blank was talking about killing. In text messages found on the Blank iCloud, Blank asked Lori if she wanted to have their mother do a preemptive strike and confront Blank. Blank told their mother no and asked that she just collect information. Based on the text messages that were located, Janice knew a lot, huh? They tried to make this, hi, Christian, long time no see. It sure does sound like Janice was really helping Lori or enabling her in this whole crap. Okay, where was it? Asked Lori if she wanted to have a mother do a preemptive strike and confront Blank. Blank told their mother no and asked that she just collect information. Based on the text messages that were located, it was apparent that they were trying to keep Blank away from Alex and come up with a plan of their own. Adam away from Alex, right? Okay, so Lori told her sister, so Summer, that she was headed to Alex's house on July 10th at 15:58, so 3:58 p.m., so 4 o'clock basically. During this time, she continued to message Charles and never once confronted him about her knowing that something was planned. Lori reached out to Blank and convinced her to cancel a trip to Utah for a wedding. I think we all decided that was Melanie Gibb. Telling her, you can't go at all. We both need to stay here to defend ourselves. Lori added, it's coming to a head. This week will change everything. Lori will also tell Alex, getting sleepy, so I'm going to need you to stay close to me the next couple days. Blank too. She can't go to Utah. So Mel, I think. Oh my gosh, sorry, I don't mean to cough on you guys. They are planning some kind of intervention, but want Blank out of the way, so I'm left alone. I need to come get the stuff at your house tomorrow and secure it. Lots to do. Thank you for standing by me. It's all coming to a head this week. I will be like Nephi, I am told, and so will you. These people are insane. Lock Janice up too, right, Leah? Seriously, she's right. Scum trash people. They're insane. I mean, they're not even insane. They're worse than insane. Like, people that are insane can't help it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people with, they're just evil. Seriously. I think evil's a better word than insane. So, yeah, it's all coming to head this week. Sounds pretty planned to me, huh? On July 11th at 07:35, Charles Vallo arrived at blank South Fort Peaks place to pick up JJ. When he arrived, he texts blank telling him that Alex was there. Blank told Charles they were planning something. And Charles stated absolutely. Adam indicated that he was supposed to spend the night with Alex, but Lori probably blocked this. So Adam was supposed to come to town, stay with Alex, but somehow that got all jacked up. And I'm sure Mommy and Summy and Alex and everybody trying to protect Lori from Ned, Heaplos, whatever the hell, because they're all wackadoodles. Following the murder of Charles Vallo, Lori took his rental car and cellular phone. The GPS data associated with the phone indicated that the phone left the residence at 07:49 a.m. Lori then went to Burger King to get food for JJ, Walgreens to get flip-flops for her and Tylee, and finally returned home at 08:48 hours. Now, somebody emailed me the other day. They went back and they looked at the video of when Lori and Tylee showed back up, and they were wearing flip-flops on their feet. So I think they left the house barefoot. And, it's 7-something in the morning, so the pavement's probably not blistering yet. They didn't have time to grab their shoes because they got the heck out of there because of the gunshots and the murder. And then they were like, we can't come back barefoot in the middle of July. That is going to look suspicious. So they went in Walgreens and bought flip-flops. Because Lori's not going to be wearing Walgreens flip-flops. I'm sorry. She's going to wear Havanias or Louis Vuitton. She ain't going to Target or Walgreens for flip-flops unless it's an emergency flip-flop situation. And I think that's what she thought it was. Excuse me, we have an emergency flip-flop situation. Okay, sorry. But it's true. And okay, all right, back off my flip-flop rant. Okay, so they returned home. Okay, so they left the house at 7:49. They came back an hour later at 8:48, 59 minutes later, and Alex Cox would not call 911 until 8:32. They left the house at 7:49 in a panic, took Charles's rental car because clearly he would have been shot if she took the rental car, right? He wasn't going to give them the rental car and then stand there and get shot and wait a half an hour. So they left Charles dead for quite a while before they ever called. I mean, oh my gosh. Can I be on this jury? Okay. He didn't call 911 until 8:32 to report the shooting. With Alex indicated that it just happened when he called. He was provided with CPR instructions, and he acted as if he was performing life-saving measures on Charles. It was not until emergency personnel began life-saving measures that they saw blood coming from Charles's body. This would indicate that Alex performed no emergency aid. Based on this timeline, Charles blank would have laid dead or dying for approximately 43 minutes before Alex called 911. During this time, phone records indicated that Alex called Lori. So Tylee heard everything and knew everything. If they're talking about, okay, what do I do? Okay, well, I'm gonna go get flip-flops. Well, okay, we're just gonna be cool. We got JJ's Burger King because he likes Burger King for breakfast. And then, wait, make sure he's really dead before you call, though, because the police don't know how to time death. Apparently, they didn't right away. Can you hear this? I can hear them having this stupid conversation while she's driving Charles' rental car away to Walgreens and Burger King. 43 minutes he would have laid dead. Hi 911. I just shot my brother-in-law. Why did you shoot him? I don't know. He was just kind of coming at me. Well, he was just saying stuff. Well, he just like, yeah, well, yeah, I just shot him. And then I had to go in my room, and then I had to come out, and then I had to put my sunglasses on my head, and yeah. Yeah, whatever. This is Kay and Larry knew this was just an ambush, and I would have been livid. The police just literally let them walk away. And honestly, if that would have been the end of it, Charles would never be even. Lori would be getting away with murder. And Alex. But apparently they needed more drama than just one person. So it's bad, but it also got him caught. So Lori, Tylee, and Alex told investigators about a physical altercation that was started by Charles. Big fat lie. During this altercation, Lori left the residence with Tylee and JJ. As they were leaving, Tylee reported hearing a gunshot. Based on this investigation, it has been proven how valuable that Alex Cox was to Lori. His mission on this earth was to protect his sister. And she said that in Rexburg on the body cam in the welfare check. Not my brother that's trying to kill me. Not that one. This one's my protector. And then being told that, remember, he was told he was her angel from Chad or whatever. Thank you. No, Tylee never had a chance. She knew stuff, and I don't know. It's just such a sad story. Poor kid. Like, whole life ahead of her. Just get, had her GED, could just move on and become an adult. Okay, the shot into Charles' body as he laid on the floor and the delay in calling 911 would also validate their desire for him to die. In addition, Lori told police that Alex was asked to stay at her house to protect her from Charles when he arrived on July 11th, 2020. No, that's 2019, right? Alex denied this, stating that he stayed at the house because they were going to a water park or go shooting on July 11th, 2020. That's wrong, right, you guys? It's 2019. As part of this investigation, Alex performed a walkthrough for investigators. Alex indicated that Charles was coming at him. He shot him twice in the chest while Charles was standing. Trajectory at autopsy discovered that one of the shots would be consistent with the statement. The shot would have gone through Charles and ended up in the baseboard. However, the second shot entered below Charles' ribcage and exited through his upper left shoulder, causing a shored wound and defect in the flooring where Charles was found. This angle would indicate that Charles was already laying on the floor when the shot was fired. So they shot him when he was down. He's obviously not self-defense at that point, right? You shoot to stop somebody when you're in self-defense. It was never self-defense. We know that. But this just totally blows everything Alex said out of the water completely. After the murder, Charles, additional text messages and emails were located that would indicate the murder was intentional and according to a master plan. One of these was a message sent to Lori from Chad Daybell. The message read, I got inspiration to go back to my original death percentages that helped us track Charles, Ned, etc. Tammy is very close. Her percentage has fallen steadily since Hiplos left. It is encouraging. Sicko. Messages on blank phone would also show intentionality of the murder of Charles Vallo. July 11th, 23:21 hours, blank to Lori. As I was working on Hiplos today in the temple, so Zalema, I'm assuming, I was told he will be taken as he is. I don't know what that means. Then I was shown to only put light, the brightest light from the top and the bottom at the same time, meeting in the middle. So I've been doing that all day. July 12th, 2019 at 22:36, so 10:36 p.m. Blank to blank. Oh, okay. Hiplos is gone. It was a Nephi and Laban ending. Laban, I don't know how to pronounce some of these things. I will tell you more when I see you in person or when. Now, what is that? That's got to be? Is that a Book of Mormon story? Nephi and Laban, or what is that? What am I? What does that mean? It was that kind of ending. I will tell you more when I see you in person or when you see Lori in person. Oh, so this is Alex, maybe? Yep. Okay. I am leaving for. Wait. I will tell you more. Oh, and I see in person. I'm leaving for Chile on Monday for 2 weeks. 7/12/19 to blank to Julie Wright. Blank to Julie Wright. Okay, sorry. I'm losing it with my mouse. And then blank. So it's July 12th, 19 to blank to Julie, right? I'm just happy it's over. According to Mormon doctrine, Nephi is a prophet in the Book of Mormon and is commanded by his father Lehi to return to Jerusalem to obtain brass plates that contain genealogy records from Laban. Nephi, okay, now it's explaining this to me. I didn't even read all this yet, you guys. This is the first time through it. Nephi and his two brothers, Laman and Lemuel, return to Jerusalem. When Laman attempts to get the plates from Laban, he is chased off in fear of his life, as Laban says he will slay him. They later return to Laban with all their valuables and are chased off again. Nephi later goes to Laban's house and finds him passed out drunk. Nephi is commanded to slay Laban as he was delivered to Nephi's hands. Nephi uses Laban's sword to kill Laban. The story can be found in the Book of Mormon, 1st Nephi, chapters 3-4. Okay, that answered my question. I could have just kept reading to answer my question, but I'll ask you. Through interviews conducted with blank and blank, the belief system regarding dark spirits and zombies was revealed. So with blank and blank. So Melanie, or Zalima and Melanie, the belief system regarding dark spirits and zombies was revealed. Both witnesses were in direct communication with Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell and were being provided instructions regarding their missions to prepare for the second coming of Christ. Both indicated that they were told long before July 11th that Charles had died and his body was taken over by an evil spirit. Both witnesses gathered with Lori Vallow prior to July 11th to try and pray the spirits out of his body so Charles' spirit would no longer be in limbo. Aren't they considerate? When Lori found out about Charles and blank were coming to town, okay, so Adam, she believed that they were going to kill her for her life insurance money. On July 9th, 2019, Lori reached out to blank for help. Lori told blank in a text message that she needed to speak with her ASAP. Blank replied, and Lori indicated that she was on the phone trying to figure out what to do. Rejected. Then Lori asked for the assistance of blank and Alex Cox to stand by her side for protection. This was when Lori made the comment about being told she was going to be killed. She was going to be like Nephi. Okay. And after redaction, have both included that Lori got her advice and direction from Chad Daybell. When giving instructions, blank stated that Lori would always say, "I've been told." Messages identified above have indicated that Chad Daybell was aware of the work with zombies and specifically the work that blank and Lori were doing on Charles prior to July 11th, 2019. Based on the above synopsis and a myriad of other facts gathered in this case, it is recommended that Lori Vallow blank blank be charged with conspiracy to commit murder for the death of her husband, Charles Vallo. The end. Not the end, though. That was good. Thanks for, I finally got to read through that whole thing because I was listening to Nate and Eric, but I never like read it word for word. So I wasn't going to either, but it was actually probably a good thing to do. So, wow. I assumed it was JR too. Rochelle, what creeps me out about the possibility like Julie is probably watching these comments, as are some of the others. Yeah, this is true. Probably, you know. I'm thinking they're going to, we're all dark spirits now. We're zombies. I am not Kathy in their book. Well, ask my mom. I'm not Kathy in her book either right now. Like somebody else. She literally told me, back to my mom for 2 seconds because the story is kind of funny. Not funny, but funny. She's like, I couldn't get pregnant, and we were married for 4 years, and I prayed and I went to communion and I couldn't get pregnant, and I finally got pregnant. And I go, and you got me. Sorry. She's like, don't say that. And she's like, but I don't know what happened to you because you're not the baby I raised. I'm like, Mom, seriously. I freaking moved back from Oregon and bought a house to put you in it. Like, you can't reason. There's no reasoning. That's why I know it's dementia, because it doesn't make any sense. So anyways, so yeah. How did I get on that tangent again? So yeah, so whatever. Gosh, man. So I was just, okay, that's right. Because I'm like, we're dark spirits, and I think I am too in my house right now. If my mom was in their group. Let's see. It left on. It basically says kill him, as it's better that one person dies so the whole nation doesn't perish in disbelief. Okay. I'm glad that they were just so chosen to help us all. Unless Melanie P has some sort of immunity in Arizona, she's going down. I think she's going down. I mean, I hope she's bonding with that baby pretty well right now, so baby can meet her again someday. But I think she's going down too, Ron. Thank you, Rochelle. I appreciate it. I have to use a little bit of humor to get through it, because it's like my mommy hates my guts, but she don't know what she's doing. So, yeah, Melanie Pulowski Boudreaux is going down. So I don't know, I guess one thing at a time, but I'm sure Brandon's case is going to come. I mean, come on. How can it not at this point with all this stuff? How can Brandon's case not come? Full circle here. Somebody else was driving that van or that Jeep. The shooter was in the back. So who would have been driving? Is there flights from Chad going there at that time? But somebody's going down, and I'm positive Melanie Pulowski knew. If there's all this stuff, this emails and these text messages between all these people about Charles, there's some digital evidence about Melanie Pulowski and Brandon. There is there has to be. She was way more involved. At least the babies will have Ian, if that's any consolation. I don't know. I wonder, Ian's another one. I don't know if he just got sucked in or if he knew what was going on too. Somehow he was picked to be a member. Like I said, don't worry. If you don't have a husband, we can arrange one for you. You can't have that one you have now, but we'll find you a really good one. Just come on over to the dark side or the light side. But, whatever. So it's the most insane story. People still ask me, and I'm like, you got to go watch my videos because I cannot explain this whole story to you. If you don't know it now, I can't even explain it. Like, where do you start and it would be like a 5 or 6 hour story to try to get all the details in. And then you'd be like, oh wait, but then there's an east. Oh, but then there's this. Oh, but the Jeep, but the this, but the that, I can't figure out Ian either. I'm just a little bit, was he that super duper naive and just got sucked in and stuff? He wore the wire. Why did he wear the wire? And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, but never mind. It wasn't real. It wasn't true. I figured it out later. It was just, everybody was just like, it was fine. It wasn't what we thought it was. Didn't Melanie Gibb say her and Tylee didn't get along? I feel Tylee spoke her mind, and that's why the adults are so threatened by her. I did clarify this with someone that isn't involved in this whole case, but does personally know Melanie Gibb, and one of the people that were actually the person that is involved in the notes that were made that became the zombie email from stuff Melanie Gibb told her friends. And she said that Melanie and Tylee really never spent time together. Tylee was a teenager. Tylee really didn't want to spend time with Lori's mom, with Lori's friends or anything like that. So I don't know where that Melanie Gibb and Tylee didn't get along, but I was told that it wasn't really like that. It was just like Tylee wasn't going to sit down and hang out with Lori's friends, basically. Right? What are they holding over his head to make him change his story? Or was that part of the plan? Yeah, I don't know, because when you read, and I do have Ian's, and we should probably revisit it for sure, and I'll have to dig it up. I do have Ian's, that whole printout, the whole thing of what Ian said, his document and his statement. And it starts out like really like, it was so weird. It was like that email to Natalie, his ex-wife. And he's like, and I don't know what I got himself into. This is all Dungeons and Dragons or whatever stuff. And then as he's like, I read this, and then and then he just kind of tapers off in it and says, yeah, but no, there was nothing. I think I overreacted, or somehow that's kind of insinuated that he said he sort of over freaked out or reacted, and really there was nothing, and everybody was fine, and everybody was going to live happily ever after. So that's in Idaho, where Zulema has use immunity. Yeah, but when she's not been arrested in Chandler either. So, and the fact that Rob went down there to talk to them and was invited down there and talk to Summer and Zulema, I wonder if there's some kind of a immunity thing going on in Arizona too, negotiation. Ian wore a wire and didn't tell Melanie P. Melanie P. talked Ian out of it. Right. But when you read that whole thing, I have to dig it up. I have it somewhere. I wonder if Melanie got pregnant right away to lock Ian in. I have to check. I believe so, because they got married in November. And my granddaughter was born. I figured it all out because when I went for, so my when was Melanie's baby born? Early September, right? And my granddaughter was born the end of August. And my daughter told me she was pregnant at Christmas. So they were neck and neck. And so if they got married the very last day of November, right? She would have got pregnant about right then, or a week or so later. Like that was super close to when she got pregnant. It was right when they got married. She would have had to. I think that was when I figured it out, because it's what I do all day anyways. I'm an OB nurse. So yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. I think Zulema's immunity extends to Arizona as well. I do, definitely. It's a lot. Like, so, the book that Ron and I are working on is basically run by everything that we've learned on social media and how social media is all coming back. Like, it's not the legal side of it. It's rid the world. And so I think it'll be just, there's other books being written out there, like Lori Hellis has a book on the works, and I think it'll be awesome. And she's an attorney, a criminal defense attorney. So hers, I can't wait to read. But it's going to be very different from that. So I think you'll get a lot of it as well when you think about it. Because look at all the stuff that came up through social media in this case. Like, wait, what? The zombie email, I don't know. There's just been a lot of stuff that's been triggered through social media. So it's really interesting. It is a case of the century for real. It's so complicated that people probably are like, I don't even get it. I can't even go there because I can't even get it. They'll have to figure it out at the end, and more people are going to catch on to this case as it goes to court. And it's going to be a never ending thing. I mean, think of Chad and Lori and the kids' murders and Charles's murders and Brandon's stuff. So thank you. Thank you. Sounds like a great approach to what will be an important book about the subject. I like your approach. Thanks. Yeah. I think it's a good idea too. That was Ron's idea. So I will, it's so complicated that it's overwhelming and can cause a headache really quickly, especially writing about it. I bet, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, too much stuff is happening at once. I can't catch up. I'm like, Justin Lum, stop putting stuff out. I need a minute. I'm working today. I can't do it. So that's why I decided to pop on now to catch up on this stuff, because I'm like, I'm so behind as far as like being able to do like a really good recorded video on this right now that we might as well just do it live stream and talk about it. So it is 10 o'clock already here. Jeez. Pryor is going to destroy Melanie Gibb. Hate to say it, but I can't wait. I really don't think it'll affect the case once those poor jurors will have to see the evidence. Oh, Pryor is going to pick anyone apart that's going to have anything that has anything against Chad. And especially somebody like her that clearly was part of their ideology, right? Shows her belief system too. So, I mean, I could see the criminal defense attorney really going after her for sure. It's interesting how people reach out to SM peeps and content creators before law enforcement and mainstream media types. Y'all have been getting the scoops left and right. I think it's weird too. But, I think sometimes the mainstream media ignores a lot of stuff that comes to them. You know what I mean? Like, well, the YouTube channel will talk about it. But yeah, it's the stuff I was getting in the beginning. I was like, wait, what? That was when I started this case, I literally had 20 subscribers. I had only put up one video before I started on this case. And it was an old case, that identity was solved by DNA and blah, blah, blah. So I was I was very new to my YouTube channel, and people were giving me information right from the get-go. I mean, when I got that zombie email, I probably had 1,000 subscribers, maybe. I don't even know. It was so new into the game here. So it's pretty bizarre how, a lot of people, and I still get a lot of email from people with like, hey, did you think about this? Or did you see? I'm like, oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. That's totally makes sense. So it's really interesting how they do reach out to content creators. You're right. And yes, thank you, Rochelle. Appreciate it. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks. I'm sorry I won't be around tomorrow, but hopefully some of you guys were able to pop on here. And I'm sorry I didn't give you any notice. That kind of sucks, but I didn't even know. I was literally sitting here. I'm like, okay, things are quiet. The house is calm. I don't have to put makeup on or turn my light on if I just come on and talk to you guys. So that's what I did. All right. So anything else before I go? Anybody got anything super exciting to say? And I will see you guys soon. Have a great night. Thank you, everybody that's new. Please hit the like button. I would really appreciate that on your way out if you haven't done it already. All right. See you soon. Take care. Good night.